Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. They're the modern space age family. Hey everyone, this is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Spotlight Cartoon Corner. So today's Spotlight cartoon that I'll be talking about today is the Hanna Barbera Superstars 10 TV movie, The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. So this movie starts off with George Jetson having problems with his job, as it turns out that there's a spy at his job that's trying to steal company secrets for Cogswell, and George is being blamed for all this. And then on the Flintstones end, we have Fred actually getting in trouble with his boss, Mr. Slate, as he ends up going out gambling with Mr. Slate, despite the fact that Mr. Slate wanted him to work late. So this ends up getting Fred fired from his job. And because of all these problems, Elroy decides to build a time machine, and the Jetsons decide to use the time machine to go and try to cool off from their problems. And they ended up meeting the Flintstones as they go to the Stone Age. And even though they get along very well with the Flintstones, when Rosie and the others at the Jetsons' home find out that the Jetsons are missing, Rosie and the others tried to build their own time machine to bring the Jetsons back, and they ended up accidentally sending the Flintstones back to the space age, and the Jetsons ended up being stranded in the Stone Age. And when all of this happened, things seemed to be going well for both the Jetsons and the Flintstones as they both tried to get adjusted to the new time eras that they were thrown into. But then the Jetsons wanted to go back to their own time in the space era, and so the rest of the movie spent on the Flintstones and the Jetsons trying to get back to their own eras. So what are my thoughts on the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones? I really enjoyed this movie. So the first thing that I really liked about this movie was the crossover aspect. So when I was little, I used to watch the Jetsons and the Flintstones a lot as a kid, and during that time, I was wondering to myself about if there would ever be a movie or a TV series where the Flintstones ever met the Jetsons. And lo and behold, we got this new crossover movie called The Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, where the Jetsons do meet up with the Flintstones. And it was fantastic. Like, I was really excited to see the Jetsons meeting up with the Flintstones in this movie, and they have really good chemistry with each other. And I love how the movie actually set up the audience for having the Jetsons meet up with the Flintstones and having them be on the same screen together. So that was the most exciting part of this whole movie, just seeing the Jetsons meet up with the Flintstones and interacting with the Flintstones and seeing things from their point of view and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the movie. Another thing that I liked about this movie was the plot. Now, this kind of ties in with the first pro in terms of the crossover aspect of this special, but I love the fact that the plot of this whole movie is basically about the Jetsons trying to get used to staying in the Stone Age, while the Flintstones are trying to get used to staying in the Space Age. And I think that the movie did a really good job at having both of these families trying to get used to the eras that they were stuck in, and they both had their positive and negative experiences with staying in eras that are different from the era that they usually live in. So I really love how this movie was able to tackle the issues that both the Flintstones and the Jetsons have when they were both placed into time zones that were very different from their own. And then another thing that I really liked about the plot of this film was the fact that we have like two different plots going on in this film. Like, you have George trying to deal with a spy in his company, and you have like Fred getting fired from his job. And I really like those storylines as well, as they were very interesting and they really get the story going for both of these characters. And those storylines do tie up into the experiences that both the Flintstones and the Jetsons get into when they were thrown into these different eras from their own era. So yeah, I really like those side plot lines as well. Now, if there was a major issue that I have with this film, is that I felt like that the Flintstones and the Jetsons don't really interact with each other that much. Like, even though we do get a few moments of the Flintstones and the Jetsons interacting with each other, because most of this film was about how the Flintstones ended up in the Space Age and how the Jetsons ended up stuck in the Stone Age, they're pretty much apart from each other throughout the movie, so we don't get to see a lot of interactions between these two characters unless they're on the screen together. So yeah, that was my biggest issue with this film. Before I get into my overall thoughts about this movie, I would like to let you guys know that there are affiliate links in the description box below if you are interested in buying any of the movies that are mentioned or linked in this video. If you buy any of the movies mentioned in this video using the affiliate links in the description box below, that I will receive a small commission that would greatly help with this channel. So please feel free to use any of the affiliate links in the description box below if you are interested in adding any of these movies to your movie collection. aboard the animated social media express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to join our special animation community? Then join our Discord group, Animation Bliss. Want to see more updates on our YouTube videos? Then check out our Facebook group, Animation Bliss. Want to download on everything going on with this channel? Then check all the above. And now, back to the video. But overall, I really enjoyed the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. Even though I would have liked to see more interactions between the Jetsons and the Flintstones themselves, I do love the crossover aspect of this entire movie, and I also really like the plot of this movie. So if you were really looking forward to seeing the Jetsons and the Flintstones on screen together, then I definitely recommend you check out the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones. So those are my thoughts on the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen the Jetsons Meet the Flintstones? And if you have, did you like this movie? Did you hate this movie? And what's your favorite animated crossover film? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rabbit's Ball Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.